The new iOS 27 Beta 5 is coming out really soon. And iOS 27 betas are looking amazing. We have great battery life, great performance, and some really awesome new features. But also we have a pretty big shift coming when it comes to the new iOS 27 betas coming out this summer. Of course, before we move on to the final release, which in my opinion will be towards the middle of September. But we're going to talk about that in a second here. But first of all, let's talk about some more new features that we have been able to discover on the fourth beta of the new iOS 27 before we move on and talk about the next releases. Now, also before we talk about that, I just want to ask you guys for a really quick favor. Most of you guys that watch my videos are currently not subscribed to the channel. So if you enjoy the videos and you want to see more of them, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel a lot. Now, first of all, we're talking about the Find My app. Now, we have a redesign here for the bottom bar on the Find My app. Now, previously on the previous betas, we had like an overlap here of the liquid glass. Now it has a much cleaner design and it looks really good. So much cleaner, much simpler now with liquid glass on the Find My app. On the Spotlight search, now you will have a memory of what you have searched for. Now this was actually even before on iOS, but it wasn't a feature on iOS 27. You could have this on iOS 26. So if I search for something here, in this case we're having Safari searching here. If we go back, we will still have that what we have searched for and not just give us like a clean sheet. So now Spotlight search does have back its memory. And talking about the search here, also Siri looks like has another change on the UI right here. So you know that Apple is actually tweaking this with every release, and now this part right here of the Siri UI actually looks much more transparent, and Apple has actually done a great job with the visuals here. It does look really cool, and of course every change they try to make it even look better. And with iOS 27 Beta 4, the Apple Pay sheet now will show receipts on certain apps. Not on every app, but in some of them it will actually show your receipt, which is actually really cool. So whenever you use Apple Pay on your apps, you will now also have your receipt included. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, iOS 27 is looking really good when it comes to battery and performance. Both of them are actually really good and have been good since the first beta. Now, I have been using betas on my device for a really long time, and this is probably the first time I installed a beta 1 on my device, and I couldn't even notice that I have a beta using the device on daily basis. That's how good iOS 27 is. And taking a look here at the battery usage for iOS 27 Beta 4, here we have the battery usage for the last few days. So with 97% battery, you can see right here over 9 hours and 18 minutes on screen. Then right here 7 hours and 28 minutes with 74% battery, 78% battery, 12 hours 1 minute right here, really good. 8 hours 7 minutes with 86, and then right here 11.5 hours with 104% battery usage. It is really good. Battery life is really solid with iOS 27, and as I said, it has been like this since beta 1. And of course, now that we move on to the newer betas that will of course have less new features, they should have way more improvements underneath the hood, so we can expect to get even better battery life. And this is Geekbench 6 right here, and the score for iOS 27 Beta 4. And you can see right here, the multi-core score is almost at 10,000, which is really great. 9,985, a great score. While the single core score is at 3,834. Again, another great score here for the multi-core score and the single core score on iOS 27 Beta 4. And the great thing is that it just keeps improving with every beta. And now let's move on and talk about next releases, what I expect next, and what big changes coming to the betas of iOS 27. Well, we will get a new beta this upcoming week. So today is Friday, Monday, August 3rd. We should have the fifth beta of iOS 27 released for the devs, and then later on the week we will also have a public beta released for the public testers. This should be another beta that will have quite a lot of new features and hopefully also more improvements to battery and performance. Now, the big shift here is coming to the releases and the schedule and how Apple releases things when it comes to these iOS 27 betas. Until now, since the first release on June the 8th of the first beta, we have gone to a 2-week cycle where Apple releases a beta and then the next one is 2 weeks after that. Now, based on everything I have researched all the past years and how Apple has actually released betas of iOS during summer, from beta 5 to beta 6, we move on a weekly schedule. So in my opinion, this is what happens. Next week on this Monday, upcoming Monday, August the 3rd, we will have the 5th beta of iOS 27 released. After that, the 6th beta won't be on the 17th, 2 weeks after, but it will be on the 10th of August. And this is basically what I'm expecting to happen during August and early September as well. So you get the 6th beta right here on the 10th. Right here, we get the 7th beta on the 17th, and then the 24th will be the time when we get the 8th beta of iOS 27. Now, what Apple has done in the previous years and what I expect to happen this year as well is that from the last beta to the RC, then they moved to a 2-week schedule. So 2-week schedule, then 1-week schedule here, and then from here, we will get on a 2-week schedule until the RC. So from beta 8, which in my opinion will be August 24th, we will move on to a 2-week schedule. So the 7th of September should be the date that Apple releases the RC, that date, or the 8th of September, based on which date Apple will hold the new iPhone event. And in my opinion, if all this works out this way and it goes this way, then we will have the final release of iOS 27 on September the 14th. This is the usual schedule that Apple actually does every year, and I think this year will happen the same again. So most likely the iPhone event will be either on the 7th right here, but I don't think this is Labor Day, so on the 8th, most likely on the 8th, and that's the day that we also get the RC. The iPhone goes on pre-order on Friday. It goes on sale. Basically, it ships out on the 18th. Of course, you know that week when the iPhone ships out, the Monday of that week is the day that Apple releases the new iOS software update. So September 14th should be the date that we get iOS 27 released to the public. So that's basically it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, smash that like button and of course subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys on the next one.